Welcome to our channel, Real African Tales. Please support us by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to our channel. Thank you. In the heart of a Nigerian village of Adia-Oku, there existed a profound connection between the mortal world and the divine realms. This connection was epitomized by the deities Ekurita, a divine pair comprising a male and a female entity worshipped by the villagers for centuries. Ekurita held a special place in the hearts of the people as they were believed to be guardians of the Metong River, blessing the community with fertility, abundance, and protection in exchange for a yearly sacrifice. The story of Ekurita unfolded against the backdrop of Adia-Oku, a village steeped in tradition and cultural heritage. Nestled between lush greenery and the gentle flow of the Metong River, the sacred riverbank served as the focal point of Ekurita's worship. It was here that the villagers gathered every year to pay homage to their divine guardians. Leading the rituals and ceremonies associated with the Ekurita was Okon-awan, a woman of great reverence and wisdom. As the custodian of Ekurita's rites, Okon-awan bore the solemn responsibility of ensuring that the annual sacrifices were carried out with utmost devotion and respect. Her weathered face and eyes held the wisdom of ages, which spoke volumes about her dedication to preserving the ancient traditions of Adia-Oku. The yearly sacrifice was a time of both solemnity and celebration in the village. As the harvest season approached, preparations began for the sacred rituals. Villagers adorned themselves in vibrant cultural attire. The air resonated with the rhythmic beats of drums, and the riverbank came alive with the enchanting melodies of traditional songs. Men, women, and children danced in harmony, their movements a tribute to their cultural heritage and spiritual beliefs. On the day of the sacrifice, the atmosphere of the riverbank shifted to one of reverence and anticipation. Okon-awan, clad in ceremonial attire, led the procession towards the sacred statues of Ekurita. The villagers followed, carrying offerings of fruit, grains, and livestock as symbols of gratitude and supplication to the divine pair. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden hue over the riverbank, Okon-awan commenced the rituals. She raised her hands in reverence, reciting ancient prayers passed down through generations. The villagers joined in, their voices blending into a harmonious chorus of devotion and faith. The moment of sacrifice arrived. A young bull, chosen for its strength and purity, was brought forward. Okon-awan's voice rang out, invoking Ekurita's blessings upon the offering. With a swift motion, the bull was sacrificed, its blood mingling with earth as a symbol of life given in exchange for divine favor. For years, this ritual unfolded without incident, and the villagers believed in the benevolence of Ekurita. Their crops flourished, their families prospered, and a sense of harmony pervaded the village. However, fate had a different plan in store. One fateful year, as the villagers gathered once again for the annual sacrifice, a series of unsettling events began to unfold. It started with whispers and omens. A dark cloud seemed to loom over Adia-Oku, casting a shadow of unease and uncertainty. During the sacrificial rites, a non-worshipper of Ekurita, a fisherman named Udobaba, decided to venture into the Metong River in search of a bountiful catch. Oblivious to the sacred proceedings taking place on the river bank, Udobaba cast his net into the turbulent waters, defying the warnings and superstitions that surrounded the annual rituals. The river, however, seemed to have a mind of its own that day. As Okon-awan performed the final acts of the sacrifice, a sudden gust of wind swept through the area. The waters of the Metong River churned into uncertain, forming powerful whirlpools that threatened to engulf everything in their path. The villagers, caught between awe and fear, watched helplessly as Udobaba's boat was caught in the grip of the tumultuous current. Despite their desperate shouts and warnings, it was too late. The river, enraged by the intrusion of a non worshipper during a crucial time, seemed to exact its own form of divine justice. Dobaba's boat capsized, tossing him into the unforgiving waters. The villagers, stunned by the sudden turn of events, could only watch in horror as the river claimed its unwitting victim. It was a tragic reminder of the consequences of defying ancient traditions and disrespecting the sanctity of Ekurita's worship. Panic gripped the village as news of Udobaba's fate spread like wildfire. The once celebratory atmosphere on the riverbank turned sober, overshadowed by the weight of the tragedy that had unfolded. Questions arose, doubts surfaced, and a sense of foreboding settled upon Adia-Oku. In the aftermath of Udobaba's death, the village experienced a period of turmoil and uncertainty. Crops withered, sickness spread, and a pall of sadness hung over the community. The absence of Okurita's protection was keenly felt, as if the very fabric of life in Adia-Oku has been disrupted. Okon-awan, burdened by grief and responsibility, sought solace in the ancient texts and prayers that had guided her for so long. She consulted with elders and spiritual leaders, searching for answers amidst the chaos that had befallen their village. Yet, the tragedy remained a haunting mystery and a dark chapter in the annals of Adia-Oku's history. Despite the challenges they faced, the villagers rallied together in their time of need. They drew strength from each other, finding solace in their shared heritage and traditions. Okon-awan, though wearied by the events that had transpired, remained steadfast in her role as the custodian of Ekurita's legacy. Years passed, and Adia-Oku began to heal from the wounds of the past. With resilience and determination, the villagers rebuilt their lives and their faith. The annual sacrifices resumed, though with a renewed sense of reverence and caution. The shattered statues of Ekurita were rebuilt, not just as a symbol of a bygone era, but as a testament of the enduring spirit of Adia-Oku. The villagers learned valuable lessons from the tragedy that had befallen them. They learned to cherish their traditions and to respect the forces of nature and the divine, and to uphold the bonds of community and kinship that has sustained them through adversity. The tale of Ekurita's tragic demise became a cautionary legend passed down through generations as a reminder of the delicate balance between mortal actions and divine consequences. It served as a vital lesson in humility, reverence, and the enduring power of faith. Through unity and resilience, the Akwe emerged stronger from the trials that had tested their beliefs and convictions. The sacred riverbank, once a site of sorrow and turmoil, became a symbol of hope and renewal, a testament to the indomitable spirit of a village bound by tradition, faith, and the enduring legacy